Hello everybody and welcome back to A Cup of Crafts. My name is Kim and yes, it is a coffee and chocolate kind of day because I'm getting frustrated. And if this video doesn't go through, I'm going to scream. Let me just tell you about my day. Okay, so I have made 3 videos for this channel. But I want to tell you what we're going to make, though. Let me tell you what we're going to make. I'm so frustrated, and I've spent money. So today's video is going to be about making a junk journal 100% zero cost. $0. Not going to cost a penny to make. And I bet you have the supplies to do it. But we'll get into that in a moment. So for the last 3 days, I bought a new computer, right? And that new computer does not pair well with my Apple phone. So I'm trying to download videos, and it has been such an incredible hassle and taken hours of time to do that I decided I'm done. I got to go get an Android phone. So my son says he has one. Okay, he's going to give it to me. Okay, guess what? He forgot to bring it. So I'm frustrated, and I'm still trying to do these videos, and it's just such a hassle. So I broke down and I looked for vlogging cameras. They're too expensive. I don't have the money right now. So I went and bought an Android phone for $40. And that's what I'm using today. But before that, I found this phone. This is a phone that my grandson had, and his daddy gave it to him to watch YouTube Kids on it. So I hooked that phone up. It had a 50% charge on it. I thought, well, that's enough to make a video. Well, it went dead on me right in the middle of the video. This video, this is the one I was making, went dead on me. Okay. Start again the next day. I put a 50% charge on it, and I hooked it up to power. I thought, it's not going to go dead. I made this journal, and guess what? The video died. The camera died. So, you didn't get to see this one. Then the next day, I charged it 100%, hooked it up to power, started another video, and I made this one. And guess what? Yes, the phone died. So, here we are, day 4, with my new phone that we're going to video with, because I think phones work just as well as a vlogging camera. It does for now anyway, until I can afford to get something. And I had an idea last night. We're going to make a video that is 100% free. As soon as I eat that little bite of chocolate. Okay. Now, I have a kit, and that's the one we were starting. And we're going to do this another day. We're going to do them all another day. But for today, let me set my coffee somewhere where, let me take a quick drink of it while it's good and hot. Now, how many of you get packaging in the mail from Amazon or whatever? Let me show you what I've been saving. I have been saving all of this. I hope my camera's, well, the camera's kind of close, and I don't know if I can make it go back or not. But anyway, all of this packaging. There's a paper bag from a grocery store. I don't know what this paper bag's from, but all this packaging. But what I'm really talking about is this stuff. It's all wadded up in your packaging, and it's long. This is what we're going to use. Okay, let me set it in the floor because I know it's too close to the camera. And I'm going to grab a piece, and I'm going to cut it up into the size pages that I want. But to do that, I'm just going to put it like this, I'm going to line it up. I hope you can see what I'm doing. I haven't tried this foam before. Let me raise this up just a little bit. Is that a little bit better? Maybe. I think this camera is zoomed in a little more than my other one was. So I'm just going to line it up straight. That's one. I'm going to fold it again. Two. And I love, love, love me a rustic journal. So I'm sure, and I don't even, you know what? I don't even care if the pages are straight. That's a good size right there. Let me see what that is. Oh, that's a little big actually. It's 7.5. Well, I mean, that's okay, but I just like a 6.5, to be honest with you. All right, I'm going to fold it this way. And then I'm going to fold it again. I think I'll leave that. I like that jagged look, but, well, let me see. Can I fold it? But then if I fold it again, then that's too narrow. So let's go back a little bit. So if I've got 7.5, that looks good right there. That's almost, let's make it easy on ourselves and make it 5.5. That's 5.5 by almost 7.5. That's a nice size journal. Okay, let's cut this off. What am I going to use to cut this off? I wish I could find my rotary cutter. In fact, I think I did. Hold on. I think I saw it in the very back of my drawer. Oh, looky, looky, looky. This is going to make life easier if the blade is sharp. Now, where's my metal ruler? I don't know what I did with my metal ruler, which would be nice to have right now. No metal ruler. Okay. That's all right. Like I said, I don't care. I don't care. So we're just going to go right down through there like that. Just like that. Because I like it rustic, so I don't care if it's straight. Now we have this. Are there any fold? Yes, there's a folded edge there and folded edge there. So I really wish I had that metal ruler. We're going to try using this one. I'm just going to take a hair off the top. We're going to go all the way around. Or are we? Wait a minute. Let's think about that. Let's see what we've got after we cut this edge off. Okay, let me get rid of those. All right, so then we have all these pages. Didn't quite get that cut off good. Let me cut that a little bit more. A $0 journal. No excuses, you guys. That means you have absolutely no excuse not to make a journal. And you know what? If you don't have any of this packaging, I bet your neighbor does, or a friend does, or a family member does. Okay, what have we got? Okay, nice. Nice. Now, I want to find the center of this. This is going to be one signature. And I need some binder clips. And I don't have any. I used to have a bunch. But I do have paper clips. Let's use paper clips. It's better than nothing, right? That paper clip's seen better days. I'll turn it around, do the same thing. Help hold this still. All right. Now, what I want to do is make a slit right there. And I'll tell you something else I've lost, and I'm kind of worried about it, is my X-Acto knife. I have not seen it in days, and I could have swore I put it specifically right up there on my keypad because it's easy to lose. I'm hoping my daughter-in-law borrowed it, but I don't know. So I want a slit right here in the middle. I'm just going to guess it. About like that. And if I can't find that X-Acto knife, I guess I'll have to use this. Let me look and see if she put it in the drawer over here. She might have. I do not see it. I was thinking maybe if she borrowed it, she might have put it in the drawer. Okay, I can't find it, so I'm just going to use this. And I'm going to push really hard and see if I can get through it on first pass. I'm just going to rock it back and forth. Okay, let's see if we got all the way through. We did. We did. Just make sure. I think this one side over here has just got a little bit of snip that right there. Now I need to measure that. That slit that I made is, we're going to say 1.5. So I'm going to take some of these pieces over here, and I want it doubled, and I want it 1.5 inches. So it's going to be right here, about that long. Doesn't have to be anything specific. Where'd that mark go? We're just going to draw a line right there. I'm going to draw a line right. Is that what? That doesn't look right. It is though. Okay, and I'm going to cut this out. And this is 2 layers thick. And this is going to be our binding. So not only is this a zero cost, it's also no sew. Now I'm going to glue this together with a glue stick. If I can remember which end it is. Try not to get it on my board. I did anyway. All right, and I'm going to close this together like that. Oh, wait a minute. Now, this is not what I wanted. This is not what I want, because I want it to go like that. Okay, wait a minute. Let's rethink this a little. Just a little tiny bit. Let's rethink it. Okay, so I'm going to smash it. Can y'all see what I'm doing here? So I have this. If that makes any sense, I don't know how to explain it. All right, so I'm going to do like that. Now, this is going to go, this part here is going to go on top, on the inside. This is going to go on the back. These 2 pieces are going to go on the back. So I'm going to put them together, slide them through the little slot, bring them up to, okay, so if it's like this, and it's like this on the other side, right? So I've got that. Okay. I'm going to squish this down, put my finger in there, and then squish it open like that. Do like that. And I think I'm going to use this glue. And I'm going to get in there on each side and put a little bit of glue right there. And as far in there as I can reach, squish it down. And then I'm going to lift this flap and lay that down. Lift this flap and lay that down. And then flip it over, open these up, and we're going to lay those down. Just like that. Now, that is our signature. Fold it in half. just like that. And we have a signature that is not going to come apart because that was our hinged binding. None of these pages are going to come out. See? We have one signature done. Let's do another one. And then we'll make the cover. All right, I'm going to set those back a little bit. Now this page is more narrow, so let me see here. I'm only going to get one page out of this one. Let's see if I've got another one that's a little bit wider. Is this one a little wider? No, actually it's not. It's about the same. All right, well, we'll just have to do it the hard way, I guess. Okay, so we're gonna find the best place to put this. I'm gonna keep folding it. I'm not going to get as many pages unless we use another one. Really disappointed. What if I went that way? If I went that way, I could fold it in half. Okay, let's do that. Let's do that. That way we'll get more pages. I think. I don't know. Because we're going to be going the opposite direction. Does that work now? Yeah, that'll work. Okay. Let's go all the way down. And like I said, I don't care if some of the pages are, you know, smaller or bigger or whatever. See, this is torn right here. I'm going to take it all the way up to there. And then I'm going to fold this in half to right where it's torn at. All right, and then how much space have we got? We don't have enough room for two, unless I made this one smaller. I could. I mean, like I said, I don't care. But for y'all's sake, I want it to be the same. So let's see if we can refold this. Let's try to do it like this, right there, and then this way, and that's all I'm going to get off of there. So I'm going to take my scissors and cut this. All right, now this is going to be our binding side over here. So I want to take my ruler. We don't have any folded edges over here doing it that way. So all we got to do is cut the top and the bottom. So I'm going to put that right there. Oh, and I went to the post office today because I don't have a printer, right? And I ordered a digital kit from Etsy. And it was going to cost me $51. I said, whoa, wait a minute. No, I don't want to do that. Turns out the file was really big. It had like 100 and something pages. And I said, no, I don't need that many. I said, actually, I just need a couple. I said, can you print me just a couple? And she said, sure. And it was only a couple of dollars. So, okay. Now, because this one turned out this way, we're going to have to insert these pages like this. Oh, there's one we didn't get cut. All right, let's cut her real quick. See? Stick these inside of one another. That does not look the same size because it's not. It's not. I need to cut about that much off. About that much. Okay, now this one has quite a few more pages than this one, so I want to make some more pages for that one. So let's get this one up here and do it again. think I'll do it the same way. I'll fold it the long way. It's kind of gangly. I can't think of the word. It's kind of fussy working with this long piece of paper. But we are going to get it. And the longer it is, the harder it is to work with. Okay. I even had a story for y'all the other day that I told. I lost that footage too. So once I get this going, then maybe we'll have time for that story. Okay, there we go. I'm just going to cut this end off. Just for not cause. Just for not cause. If y'all don't mind, I'm going to grab a drink of coffee before it gets plumb cold on me. Good stuff, good stuff. My grandparents drank coffee all day long. It's a wonder they weren't completely dehydrated. All right, I'm going to fold this up to the torn edge right there. Smash that down. Then I'm going to fold it in half again. Now we're getting more manageable. Okay, so we're right there, and I want to take this, open this up, and I think that's as far as we're going to get on this one. So I will just cut that off right there. In fact, I think I'll just go ahead and cut through all of that. Didn't quite get through it all. There we go. Throw these pieces away. Now, this needs to be cut down. Actually, I want to use this one to measure by. So I see about where it's at, right about there. We're going to cut that off. Wait a minute, is this the end? Let me make sure. If I cut that end off, yeah, okay. So we will cut this side off. Throw those away. And then we have to cut this end off. About that much. All right, now we have enough pages for this signature. Open it up and start putting pieces in there. And I don't know how many the first signature has. It really doesn't matter, right? All right. Now let's find the center. And my pages are uneven. I do not care. I just want to get them semi together and centered as best I can. But I don't care that some are smaller than the other and yada yada. I'm going to love this journal. I really am. I will use it for maybe, let's see, we wanted 1.5 inches. That's what the other one was. So like maybe from, move it down just a little from here to here. I'll use it for a glue book, or I might just write in it and use it like a diary. Let's make sure that went all the way through. And it did. And I'll just make sure. Yep. Oh, I think I feel some resistance right there. There we go. Now we'll take a piece of this. And we wanted it about 1.5 inches. I'm going to do just a hair less so I don't have trouble getting that in there. I'm not even going to measure it that good this time. I'm going to cut that. It's double thickness. Let's see. I'm going to cut just a little bit of that off. I've got about 4.5 inches here. Get my glue stick. Fold that in half. All right. Then we're going to take it and fold it in half again and then stick it through here. Well, there we go. Pull it through to about, oh, I don't know, 1.25 inches. Lay it down. Put your finger in there and then smash that down. And then we're going to put some glue on the inside of that. So raise it back up and try to get your glue as far in there as you can. Smash it down, turn it around, do the other side. And I think this is a really fast, got glue sticking out. I don't want my pages to stick together. And then put some under here. I think this is a really fast journal to make too, don't you? I'm excited about it. I'm keeping this. I am keeping this for myself. I'm going to love it. What am I doing? I'm not done with this glue. All right, and then we're going to open these up and glue them down. Flip that one over. I may just write in it like a diary, put it beside my bed. This paper is fun to write on. If you've ever tried, it's really fun to write on. Now, flip it back over, take out our pens. Our paper clips, I mean. Fold it in half. Now you can trim that up if you want to. I might, that one piece right there is kind of sticking out just a little too far. There we go. Now look, we have 2 signatures. Awesome. And that's a lot of pages. Look at all that. I'd almost make another one because I know I'm going to love it. I know I am. All right, now let's talk about a cover. We can do 2 things. If you have a bag from the grocery store, I would suggest using that because it's already pretty thick. If you don't have one, you could use these, you know, your prime packages. They're thicker. If you don't have those, then just triple up on this. Whatever you have to do, just glue several of these pages together. But now, these are pretty thin, so it's going to take you several pages. I don't know how many to make it thick enough for a cover, you know. And who says that it really has to be that thick? Yeah, it's going to take several pages to make a nice cover. But I think we all get these thick Amazon packages from time to time. That would work. I'm going to go ahead and use this bag because it's just going to be easier and quicker because it's already squared up, where those are kind of more wrinkled and not as squared up. And to be honest with you, I think I'm going to double this up too for my cover. So let's see. That fits right like that. So I'm just going to mark that where I want it to come. I think I'll come right there. Now, yeah, I think that's what I want to do. Okay, so let me put a ruler there. Not really measuring it that well. I think I'll just go ahead and use my rotary cutter since I've got it out here. this might not fit. I didn't think about something. I didn't think about the, let's see if it'll fit. So if I've got this, by the hair of my chinny chin chin, it fits. Okay, because I forgot about the width of this. I'm going to flip it over because that seam is on, I want the seam on the inside. It's going to work just like that. Okay. Now, we got to glue all of this down, right? I could take that completely out, but I don't think I will. I think what I'll do is just get in here, open it up, get in here with my glue bottle, and just randomly put some glue down. Doesn't have to be perfect. Stick that side down. Get in here, and it's not hard because it opens up pretty wide. Glue that side down, flip it over, and then we've got the other side to do, see? A $0 junk journal, no sew. That's going to be the title, I think. $0 no sew junk journal. Not even Dollar Tree cheap. Not even Dollar Tree cheap. It is $0. You can go further with this once you get it made. If you want to put a pretty, if you've got pretty paper and you want to, look, I'm not judging you. Just, you don't have to keep it $0 is what I'm saying. All right, we're going to put some glue here. And we're going to put some glue here. And now we're going to smash it all down. And then we've got this inside here. It doesn't take a ton of glue. Don't think you've got to be perfect with this glue. I'm sure not. And it'll stay together, I promise. Just get your edges good. That's the main thing. Okay. Put that on there like that. Now, what I haven't thought about is how I'm going to get these to stay inside of this. So, what I think I'm going to do is I'm going to glue these two pages together. And then the back two pages together on the cover. So let's do that. Should have used a glue stick, I guess. Might have been a little easier than trying to squeeze this bottle. It just really hurts my hands. Okay. Let's put these two pages together. Try to line them up a little bit. Doesn't have to be perfect. And now I'm going to flip this over. Line it up over here on the left edge. Put my glue on the right, on the back page. Whoop. Oh, I just can't hardly squeeze this bottle, y'all. I'm going to line it up again. And I'm going to put some glue right down both edges of that. And right here. And then I'm going to flip this over like that. Did I get, oh, I put it on the wrong side. I put the seam on the outside. That's all right. I'll fix that too. I can fix that too. I'll start by putting a little glue down and sealing that little lip, if it will. I'm going to have to hold it a second. But I'm going to fix it. Don't worry. It would have been easier if I hadn't done that, but that's okay. And then I'm going to put glue on this side. I just woke up thinking about this morning. I thought, man, all those pretty journals I make, I want a rustic journal. And I have been collecting this, and I knew I was going to make one of these, but this morning it just hit me. I want one for myself. Now, I'm not going to lie. After this video is over, I'm going to decorate it. But I want to show y'all that you can make this out of nothing, you know? Just want to show you. Just want to show you. All right, because of that seam that I meant to put on the inside and didn't, I'm going to take a piece of this. Oh, I don't know. How many inches do we want? 2 inches, maybe? Let's do 2 inches. Approximate. Approximate. Oh, that's in my way. That in my way. All right, and I only need one. So I'm going to cut that off, and then I'm going to cut it off where I need it, right there. And look, you could have used this whole thing with just a pair of scissors and glue, too. I didn't even use my cutter. So if you don't have a cutter, hey, we did it with minimal tools as well, didn't we? So, no cost, no sew, and minimal tools. Oh, I love it. Okay, let's set this. I don't want this quite halfway because it's got to go around, right? So I'm going to set it almost halfway. Let's see what that looks like on the other side. Looks pretty good. All right, I'm going to finish putting glue on this side. They need to invent something for those people that, like me, who have trouble with this glue bottle. And then I'm just going to roll this over and press it all down. Now I have a little, I could have put more on the other side, couldn't I? And I need a little more under this lip right here. Okay, the glue's not wanting to stick. And I wonder if I'm having trouble with my glue because of the high humidity here. I don't know. And look, you guys, look what we made. We made a journal. Now, like I said, if you want, let me get a drink of coffee. If y'all want to cover this real pretty with paper or whatever, you go right ahead. Oh, that's good stuff. But let's continue making it for free. Let's look around the house and see what we have. Do you have children or grandchildren that have a coloring book that you could take a page out and put on here and color yourself, or the cover of that coloring book, or better yet, something from the mail? Something from the mail. Now, I get a magazine that I think my son bought it from a teenager who was selling magazines, you know, for school. I get a magazine like that, and I could put a page like that on here. In fact, it's that Vogue magazine. So I could use that, or any kind of junk mail. Say you get a car dealership, what do you call those things in the mail? You could cut the car out and put on here. Maybe you have paints and you want to paint on here. That would be, oh, I would love that. I kind of want to do that to this. But I'm thinking free. You had to buy the paints, right? I didn't buy anything right here. So let's keep it 100% free. Let me jump up and see what kind of junk mail we've got. Okay, you guys. Beth has already thrown away all the junk mail, but look what I found. This McDonald's bag. He's kind of cute, okay? He's kind of cute. He is. So, for the sake of this video, this is what I'm going to use. But I could also use, look. I could pick me out a pretty page. Ooh, that's beautiful. A pretty page out of here. If you have a Martha Stewart magazine, they usually have flowers in them. But you could find something in here, you know, that was really pretty. But I want to keep it like this today for the video. All right, let's cut this open. Because his hand kind of goes around there. So I'm going to cut down this bag. Just like that. I'm going to cut up on the bottom. Do the same thing on the other side. Go right down the center. Because I don't know exactly how much of this I want to use just yet. So we're just going to get it cut open first. Cut right through there. And now we can lay it down. Cut across the bottom. All right, let's see what we got. He's got a soccer ball. He's kind of cute, y'all. Isn't he? Okay, and I could just go ahead and wrap it around. No, I don't like that. So we want to cut it off about right there. Where's my ruler? All right, we're going to cut him off. That bag is not straight. So I guess we better measure. It is where I need it to be about 6 inches. So let's take 6 inches up here. I don't know where my pencil went, so I'll just mark it with my scissors. Take this rotary cutter or your scissors and a pencil. Okay, how much of the top do we need? I could just kind of fussy cut out around like that. I think I will, just for not cause. Just kind of go with the curve, make it look intentional. Like that. I still got a little too much on this side, so I'm going to cut off a little more. About like that. Surely I can guesstimate that all the way up. Let me see if I'm still going. Oh, we are still going. The camera has not shut off on us. Man, I'm telling you what, that was frustrating. Looky there. All right, let's use this bag and the glue stick. And glue this booger down. Glue stick's a whole lot easier for me than that glue bottle, let me tell you. And get it all over real good. You know, y'all suggest to me a glue stick to use because I'm not really happy with this one. It kind of comes out too much and I go through it really fast. This is the Yoo-hoo stick and it's good glue, but man, it really comes off gloopy sometimes. Is that a word, gloopy? I don't know, but anyway, it just sometimes big old chunks come out of it and I don't like that. Looky there. He's so cute. I think a coloring page would have been really pretty on here too. All right, so let me show you something else. Let's write something on this. I'm going to write Gigi on here because it's going to be my journal. And if you don't like your handwriting, then just try to print as neat as you can. And what you can do, let me find my pencil and my ruler. If I don't find my pencil, I've got another one over here. All right, looks like we're going to have to grab another one. I'm going to draw me a line right where I want Gigi to be. Do it very lightly. And then I think I'll put journal in here too. And then that can be erased. And you can draw out your words with the pencil too if you want. I think I'll skip it because I don't care. And then just as neatly as you can. In fact, you could, Like if you want it to be, say, this tall, you could draw you a top line as well. We could do that. And then that way we would know exactly where to come. So I'm thinking G, G. Okay, so I'm going to try to do a very neat G. And an I. And another G. And another I. And then what you can do if you don't like your writing is, especially if you do it in cursive, you can put little dots at each little point. And it looks better on cursive than it does print. And then I'm going to kind of thicken this a little bit. Just going to kind of thicken it up a little bit. Kind of messed that up a little bit. That's all right. That's all right. You know, when a journal is not perfect, you're more likely to take chances and do things in it than you are if you have a perfect journal. Oh, I don't want to mess it up. Let's say like this one, for example. My daughter-in-law says, oh, I love that one, but I wouldn't want to write in it. Well, see, there you go. This one, nobody would be scared to write in. All right, I'm going to put GG's. Thicken it up a little. Journal. So I'm going to go. Oh, somebody's calling me and I'm going to ignore it. Let me see who it is. Oh yeah, I'll call her back. Kind of hard to thicken up that R. I'm going to run out of room, y'all. Oh, I barely got it in. Okay. We're going to put a dot there. Thicken that up. Thicken this A up. We just got that in there just right, didn't we? Looky there. Now erase your lines, because we don't need lines. We're just that good, right? Nobody will know that we used lines. Look, y'all, I'm proud of that. I am proud of that. I think I'm going to use it for a sticker book. I love glue books. And there's a girl that on YouTube that does glue books, and I like to watch her. I like to go to sleep. And I might neaten that up a little later. I don't know. Let's put a little like that under there. It's kind of cute. I wish it was a little thicker. Like that. I'm going to put 2026 on here so I'll know when I made it. Is that not a cute junk journal, you guys? I love it. Now that we have finished our junk journal, why don't we do a page in it? Because I'm dying to. How much time have I used? Have I used an hour? Does it tell me? 50 minutes. Can I do a page in 10 minutes? That would give us an hour video. Let's do the first page. All right, let's grab some paint. And I'm going to grab the first two that I come to. And believe it or not, it's orange and yellow. And I'm not a big orange and yellow fan, but that's all right. We're going to go for it. We're going to put a little dab of orange on there. Now, I've already see something that I'm going to have to do if I'm going to paint. I'm going to have to gesso the page. All right. So if you're going to paint, you will want a gesso. I didn't think about that because I'm kind of in a hurry, right? I still don't care. I'm just going to put some paint down. And then I didn't think about it, but we're going to have to dry this. That's going to cut into our time. That's kind of pretty. That's kind of pretty. All right, where's my baby wipes? Wipe my finger off. Let me dry this really quick, and I'll cut the video. That way it won't take into y'all's time. Okay, I got this dry. I wish I had gessoed it, because if I had, then this would have been a lot brighter. And I grabbed a couple of stencils, and I like these flowers. And I'm going to take this and a piece of that paper. I'm going to put a little gesso on here, black gesso. I couldn't find the black paint. This is a brand new bottle. I haven't even opened it yet. All right, got to throw that away before it gets everywhere. And then I'll have to watch the princess when she comes back before she gets in the garbage. Today is her birthday. She is 1 year old today. Bless her little bitty heart. I'm going to pounce that around, and then we're going to pounce it on here. Pounce, pounce, pounce. I don't want to do a lot on this page because I'm going to use it to write on. But I just wanted to do a mixed media version on the first page because that's what I wanted to do on the outside. But that's okay. All right. Looky there. That's pretty. Let's do this one down here. I don't want it to be perfect, just like that. And then let's do one kind of off the page over here. Now, y'all excuse me for just a moment while I go throw my stencil in the water because I don't want this paint to dry on here. I'll be right back. Okay, and I really wish I had that diamond pattern, but I don't. So I thought I would use this leaf. And I'm gonna, maybe kind of make it go off the page like that. And just very roughly. Don't want it to be perfect. Mainly get the edges of it so you know that it's a leaf. I'm going to do like that. Let me lay that aside a minute. And I have some more. Let me see. Let me see what else I got over here. Here's the one I was kind of after. And I want to do it in a different color. Let's do it in, what if we did it in some red? Now, when it comes to mixed media, the more you do, the better it looks. I don't have time to do a lot. I'm just giving you an idea. And I have black mixed on here, and I think that's really cool that they're mixing together. I'm going to go right over this flower. Let's see what we got. Isn't that cool? Let's do a couple down here. We're going to start right over that feather. It kind of goes with the page, with it mixing like this. I think that's cool. I'm going to do one this way. And kind of go off the page a little. I love that. All right. We're going to call that our first page, and then I'm going to write on this page as soon as it dries. Let me see what I did with my gun. Now I kind of want some white in here to brighten it up a little bit. So I have some titanium white, and I'm trying to think what I would want to do without having to go get more stuff. And I'm going to use the end of my thing here, and I'm just going to put some dots. And this will just kind of brighten up the page a little. Just like that. Put some down here, kind of go off the page. Maybe some in the middle. And, oh, I got too much there. Oh, man. But anyway, just keep working with it. And like I said, the more you do to this page, the better it will turn out. Let me draw this real quick. All right, y'all, I'm going to call this good for the video's sake, but I just wanted to give you a quick example, and I may do more to this page before we leave, but I thought I would go ahead and write a little bit on here. It's kind of hot. Made this video for YouTube on, let's see, this is July the 21st, 2026. No sew, $0 junk journal with limited supplies. Fun and easy. Today is granddaughter's birthday. And I don't know, I'll write some more stuff on there, but it's fun to write on this. You guys, thanks so much for watching. I hope you enjoyed this video. I hope you make a no-sew, $0 limited supply junk journal. And let me know in the comments if you do. And I'm going to put up an email pretty soon that y'all can send me pictures of projects that you make based on the videos that I do. I think that would be a lot of fun to see what you guys make. Thanks again so much for watching. If you want to help my channel, you can like, subscribe, leave a comment, all the goody stuff. Thanks again, and I will see you in the next video.